Yo, 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 what's happening, guys? MetaverseMillen here. How are we all today? We're back with another video. We're currently in LA right now, looking through the map. I thought this video would be exciting. We're going to talk about my strategy, my growth plan in Upland, and how I plan to actually grow this account, get up to 100 million over time. And my plan is to do that over probably about a 5 to 6 year process. We've been in the game just over a year now. We've continued to grow, buying up a lot of properties in LA. You can see a lot of properties have been sold now in the bottom maps. We sold about 50, 60 properties over the last week, just putting them down at a good price, like kind of a price just below the floor or at the floor price, because we've bought a lot of these properties for dollars. And that's what I'm going to stress in this video. A lot of these properties I bought for dollars was about a year ago now. I put in about $4,000, $5,000 into property all around the map, and then like now I've actually got a lot of property what's basically I got for $4, $3, and then I've grown the floor all the way up, especially in Granada Hills, to 11,500 now. So you can see here we've got like basically 460 properties. Over here what are sitting at 11,500 floor, but a lot of those properties are worth about 4,000 5,000 UPEX. There's a couple of million UPEX worth of like profit there just in selling those properties off and not holding on to them, which is really cool. You can see now we're coming up to 10.2 million. I did take away about 600, 700,000 UPEX and moved that over to the Spark exchange. I built up a lot more nodes as well in the Spark exchange. I'll show you quickly here. So you can actually see now we're sitting at 77 windmills, 47 lumber mills, and 46 ore mines. We've got a new plan with Tycoon as well. We're going to try and grow these to 100 of each. And the reason for that instead of 250 is because I want to get 100 of every single node what's coming online. So we're really going to attack this. We've been following Tycoon for a while now, and we do see the growth and like the kind of the scale in it as well. We plan to like build a lot of nodes. So what we do is actually, if we go over to here, dashboard, I go into here. So now I'll do is start like targeting kind of like the nodes with 3 properties on them, so you can get 3 node slots, and I'll start doing them at like really good prices. Once we get the account a bit bigger, and also layer 2 comes, other nodes come in on layer 2, so we can actually start to use these resources to get ahead with those as well. And we've also got a couple of apartments waiting as well, because obviously you get the research schematics. So if we start one of these buildings, we'll get one schematic for every 2,000 UPEX we spend. So we'll get a few schematics to actually go in and straight open these nodes, because all the new node types you will need research to unlock. So we're kind of just setting ourselves up so when Tycoon actually comes with the new game Spark Survival, we can jump straight on it and really like kind of progress in that. So Tycoon's really good. That's one of my main growths right now. We're basically building as many apartments as we can, and then all we do is sell the remainder on the floor, and then use that for Spark contracts in Upland. So both of them together are really good. Way till we can actually keep the market high without like putting all our resources on the market, but it's also a way that we can sell off just enough to cover contracts, and then we can also sell structures in Upland as well. So we're just building up a massive inventory of like apartments and townhouses right now. We plan to put in like 5 million UPEX into just getting the base up. We've put in close to a million now, like coming up to a million. We plan to do that with every single node type and take advantage of the layer 3 games coming online this year. So yeah, that's one of the big main growths, but the biggest one is Granada Hills. Granada Hills has been something we've been growing for a while now, and a lot of players now are jumping on, buying up the floor, and really seeing the potential in it. So that's what I'm really happy with. We continue to buy. We want to have over 500 600 properties as well. We want to try and get in before all the properties are sold as well. You know, the floor's going really well. If we look over here, you can see it was at 11,500. A couple of properties on here, but we'll just purchase them right now actually to get those off the market, as I've got 31k still in the bank, and that's a pretty good price. So it means I can just add them to my portfolio, because I see Granada Hills over the next 2 to 3 years. I don't plan to try and make money off it now, because like Upland's going to grow nice and slowly, but Granada Hills is going to grow a lot quicker. So I do really see myself holding on to as many properties as I can and then taking the difference at the top. But we will not like sell, like it's not planning to sell all our properties off or stuff like that. We're going to have the factory, the racetrack, the showroom, the cafe, loads of stuff coming to Granada Hills, what I'm really excited about. So we don't plan to stop. We plan to like grow it up as much as possible and just continue to like buy more property. Like I want to have 1,000 properties, but you've got to realize if I add like 1,000 UPEX value to each property and I've got 500 properties, that's 500,000 UPEX worth of value, compared to like building as many nodes as I want in Tycoon, destroying the market. Like Granada Hills is where you can add value. It's a long game. It's a burner game. I make more money now by playing the long game last year than I do. So if you look at this as well, this is one thing I want to show. I'm happy with this account being at 10 million. This account would have been close to like 11, 12 million. But because we've actually invested in Tycoon, we're making about 2 to 3 times as much as we used to. So I'm very happy with this net worth being down a bit lower. Maybe we could have got it even higher, close to like 12, 12.5 million. But we're so happy because now we've got like the foundation in to actually really support the growth and support like the builds going forward in the games. Yeah, I can see this like shooting up this year as well. Definitely going to hit 20 million on this account, depending on the pay rise and stuff. Obviously, when it's official, I'll actually like count that. But right now, it's not official. It's just definitely in the pipeline. So what we're going to do is like add that on as well, and then we will be able to like just buy up more nodes on payday, get as close to 100 of each node as possible, and then this will be close to like 11 million once we like invest into it. And yeah, things are going really well with it. We still will film like probably another 2 3 years with Granada Hills. Will carry on forever, but like the next 2 to 3 years is going to be amazing. A floor of 50k, like where the growth is this year. We're definitely going to get it up to like 10. Well, we're at 10, 11 and a half now, so 20,000. Probably like a good 20,000 we can get the floor to, depending. Like if someone comes in and like buys up a lot of properties, we can get there a lot quicker. My plan is to actually do some live streams now as well, and actually do some like minting competitions, keep some UPEX in the net worths for 60 days so I can actually start giving away UPEX live on the streams. That would be a really good idea, I think, as well, to actually add to the value. Really gonna like start pushing that on the Discord. The link's in the description down below, and I'm also on SupX World as SupX, sorry, quite a lot now as well. Really enjoying this, chatting away to the players as well. So if you want to find me on SupX, you can do it. It's at MetaverseMillen and that, like chat with the community. 308 members now as well. So, and you can earn UPEX off your posts and your tweets and your likes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really good. So like jump onto that if you've not already. And yeah, basically gonna go push Granada Hills, gonna go onto the factory after this. We're so close to getting to our 5 Spark as well. We'll look at the Spark weekend next season. So once we go into like the Blossom season, I'll look at getting some more Spark on the weekends as well, get that over 5. I need to get back to treasure hunting, but right now we're spending so much time on like building, and just like I'm loving the game of Upland. Like this is right, I've noticed the sales as well. If you actually look in messages here, you can see a property sold, sold, and these are all like last night and yesterday. And then you can see a day ago, so all these was in the space. I sold about 20 properties in a row yesterday, like afternoon. What was cool, about 4 p.m. in the UK. So you can just see all these properties, and then 3 days ago as well. So just the market in Upland, this is what I was talking about the other day. Like people think like when I'm moaning about totems, it's like I don't like the game of Upland. No, like I love the game of Upland. I'm like, why would you put something like that in front of like property and like where the growth is and the hype and the demand is? Because this is where like the last few days in Upland with the property sales, being able to like, where am I going to buy property, what I'm going to sell, like the Tycoon nodes, like everything's starting to come alive. Like a lot more engagement, a lot more fun, messaging people, like you're on the platform a lot more to make these deals, compared to having to like work out a feeding schedule and stuff. And I get that's going to be for players, it's going to be a part of Upland, but it's going to be a small part of Upland. That's what I'm saying. It should never be prioritized over like structure upgrades or like the night and day cycle, the roads coming in, sparklets coming in. Like Upland's done everything that's not in any other games, like the property, like ownership, full ownership, like when renting comes in and other kind of stuff, it's going to be so much fun. Like you can feed stuff on Tamagotchis, you've got The Sims, all these other games where anyone can feed something. It's not revolutionary, it's not something what's going to bring in masses to Upland. Like this property, like being able to like, it's like with a theatre and stuff like that, it's so good. Like, you know what I mean? Excited for this movie coming out and stuff. So like that's such a good idea. Like you can go inside, with nowhere. Once that comes to factories, imagine you can actually walk around and see stuff getting manufactured. Just loads of different ideas in the game. There's so many good stuff I'm noticing coming on the pipeline now. I'm just really excited to see what happens. 100% congratulations, like with Upland, like they're doing so well. But yeah, because I don't like totems, I don't like them one bit. It does not mean like I don't like the game of Upland or I don't like the developers or anything like that. There's stuff I really like about the game, but overall, like the game is the property and like the world and the globe and the way that people interact and the blockchain. I'm all for that. Like, even totems maybe in a couple of years' time when it's more advanced. Same with the racing. Right now it's kind of like it's getting there. You can see that they're working on it, but like upgrade the property. The property's been out for 4 or 5 years. Let's see the property upgrades. Let's see like kind of like all these sparklet stuff coming out. It's really exciting, and then obviously a way to pay players for promotions. So we might be able to get some sparklet by promoting it on the YouTube channel. You never know. So all those kind of things are really exciting. I see that creating a lot of hype, and you've noticed we're in different magazines now. Upland's getting talked about a lot more. I've just noticed a user base with sales, with like online players on the node, on the YouTube. Everything's up right now as well, so I really do appreciate that. Even the subscribers as well. So if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. We're really trying to push for 1,000 subscribers. We're going to go and do some more UpX giveaways and some big stuff in the comment sections to try and grow that. And then once we get monetized, we'll be able to like put all that money from the AdSense revenue back into buying property in Upland and giving dollar property away, or like buying dollar property off other players in Granada Hills. I'm going to keep tracking like the players, so like the top 10 players in Granada Hills, the top 25, all that kind of good stuff as well. And then in the future, we'll start rolling out kind of prizes and giveaways, and like the community can vote on the best player. And like, players will actually like making the floor go up and strengthening Granada Hills and being a good player, maybe a shop owner, maybe a factory owner, loads of different stuff. And we'll do like an awards ceremony. We're going to have like kind of some UpX giveaways, and we'll do it live on the YouTube as well, so we can actually like give them some like recognition and some credit for like the amazing work they're doing in the community, because this wouldn't be possible without you guys. Like a year ago, this was just an idea. I believe we had the land for the factory and we got the showroom, and that took us about 3-4 months just to do that with loads of kind of competitions. And now we're at like kind of just like the kind of the neighborhood as well. This is where the main hub is going to be for Granada Hills. You can see where we've got like a nice building. I don't know what they call that, but we've got this one next to it as well. And then we've got all these apartments going up for Tycoon. And then you can see over here we've got a lot of space as well to fill out. And we've got lots of other places around Granada Hills as well, what we can just start building. The neighbourhood ratings as well, we're really going to try and push that. Obviously the community pool, the UpX from Granada Hills, the amount of sales right now, that's going to be growing. So once the neighbourhood ratings updates, we should definitely push up a few places. I've put on another 4 apartments online in the last week, and then we've also got another like 4 in the pipeline. We've got another townhouse finishing in 3 days time as well. So yeah, the amount of structures going up in Granada Hills as well is awesome. So that community kind of neighborhood rating is going to really help and support the channel. It's also going to support everyone else as well, because once we get that, we'll get the 1.3 times boost, and then that means like a couple of properties in your Granada Hills you can actually add a boost to as well. It'll just be good fun to like get to the top and just see how the community is actually doing, because I do see this completely minting out and growing. Like, just like the plan is spend the time on Granada Hills now. Tycoon and Granada Hills is the places we're going to be, and then we'll use SupX, we'll use Discord, and we'll use YouTube as the main one. Really going to push YouTube this year as well. We're getting a monitor on payday, so I might put a little bit less into Upland and use the extra money to buy the second monitor. I've already gone onto OBS and stuff, so I've got like kind of the layout. I've got Google Chrome working with Upland as well. I've got my webcam. I've got the live chat. I think it's working right now, so I'm trying to just see how it goes. We've got an intro video. We're looking at some like kind of timings and some other stuff, some trailers we can put inside it as well. And then once we get all that package together, we're going to bring it online. So we're not far away at all. I want to practice with it and actually bring it online, because once we go live, I can't change it. I can't stop like these videos. I can just click stop and then I start again. I don't edit them in between. I like to film live and kind of talk to you guys live, but it'll be so nice to do a live stream where I can actually like interact live with everybody who watches these videos, because the amount of support over the last couple of years on YouTube has been amazing. Every single video, it's just really cool to see like this community's growing, like the amount of people and all the OGs what have watched the old videos back in the day and that as well. I appreciate you so much. And now I kind of like just watch. I like watching like smaller YouTubers coming up. I love watching other Uplanders like playing the game and grinding. I remember like quite well a year ago where we was on the account and how hard that grind is as well. So yeah, if you're into YouTube, if you're into any other stuff and you need any tips or any help at all, give me a message as well, because I'm more than happy to help out and give some tips on that stuff. And then also with Upland as well this year, once we get the pay rise, we'll be able to put in another like $5,000 over the year, and then we'll be able to probably get about 6 million from just like our yield, and also from Tycoon and other stuff as well. And then property sales can just be on top of that. So yeah, it's going to be a really good year on Upland. Hopefully get up to 22 to 25 million, but 20 million is kind of like, hopefully, like, we definitely get to 20 million. But once we get that, we'll be kind of cushy, coming up to like, I think 15, 16 months in the game as well, so we've done really well. You know, we stopped investing for about 6 months because of my job transition and stuff, but if we did, it would be at 15 million easy right now. It's not like I didn't want to put that money in, but I'm never going to put money into a game over my real life, like bills, financial, and that's nothing against Upland, that's just being responsible. This is always going to be irresponsible, it's not financial advice, but don't put money in you can't afford. I was on about, I'll be honest here, about £2,500 before as a chef. So after all my bills and everything, I had about £1,200, like left over. That's after I spent money on food. That's after like I've gone out and stuff. So £1,300 is a lot of money. It's about $1,600, or like 1.6 million UPEX. Yeah, I had a lot of money to play around with last year, so hopefully we're getting to the point where we can't play about with it, that's not the word, but like we can actually put in more each month without worrying about being short with bills and other stuff as well. So yeah, that's coming. Once I get another 10 hours, which is prescribed, that's probably an extra £500-600 or $800 just off that extra 10 hours, which I've had to basically go down hours to get into a different career path, and now I'll work up. And yeah, we had a meeting last night, I won some beers, I got recognised in the company as got voted for the new start, so the best new start in the company, and then also I won one of the awards for like kind of the manager's employee or whatever as well. So kind of like getting recognised for the work and stuff. So it's really nice to see the value there in the company, what's actually helping me grow, because B&Q's done amazing for me and actually helped me out so much. So it's really nice. I'm actually in a good stable job now. Really enjoying the company, because before, you know, I was in chefing and it was really good. You can be really good at what you do, but like, it's just, there's nothing in it for chefs anymore. And like the way you just get screwed in the hospitality industry, and a lot of owners are just, yeah, there's a lot of owners what don't have a clue how to run hospitality, let's be honest. And I've been in the industry for 12 years now, and it getting to a point where you watch these cooking shows on TV and that, and yes, you get that in France, you get it in London, you get it in lots of other places, but 90% of kitchens are not like that. You know, don't believe everything you see on TV. It's a lot of like kind of like hard times. It's not like Gordon Ramsay, I'm not saying like that, but I'm more saying like, yeah, there's a lot of problems with like ownership and like kind of chefs nowadays, and that no one wants to work in the industry. It's just gone downhill big time. I remember 2 years ago it was amazing. I could never see myself leaving chefing and stuff, but even looking at back now, I look at it like, why? Is there anything you regret? And it's like kind of like, no, because I've got like so much more time now. I'm much happier. I've got like a lifestyle back. I even get paid more starting off with this company doing graphics than I do from like working as a manager over a whole hotel, first aid, health and safety, the fire training, everything to do, and then like probably about 400 or 500 covers a day on top of that, which is about 1,500 plates of foods, starters, mains and desserts. Yeah, it adds up. So I'm glad I'm away from that, those sleepless nights, and yeah, not being able to do everything. So that's why we're going to try and push YouTube this year. I know I've not been on every single day, but we want to try and like come on and make the videos more kind of meaningful instead of just filming the same content and stuff as well. So I hope you've seen the difference. I hope you're really enjoying the content. Click that subscribe button if you're not already. Let me know what you'd like to come to Granada Hills as well. What could we build this year? What's exciting? What kind of competitions and giveaways can we do? Because the bigger this account gets, the more UPEX we generate, the bigger. And the right now what we're doing in Granada Hills, imagine when we're at 20 million and we can do twice as much, and then 40 million. You know, so the plan is getting bigger every single year we go on. The more money we generate, the more money we can actually like put into this node. And I believe in it more like, if I buy up the secondary floor, that benefits every single player watching these videos more than me just giving one player like 10,000 UPEX. You know, that floor, if we get it up to like 12,000 from 11.5, everyone what bought properties has already got a value of 500 UPEX more. So if you have 100 properties, you know, that's 500 UPEX, that's 50,000 UPEX you've added in. Well, we've added in value as a team. So yeah, that's why I'm really attacking this floor as well. You can see if we refresh this now, it should be back up at 11.5. And then we'll basically just keep buying. Once we get enough UPEX, we'll get this one as well. We're not far away. And then yeah, we're coming up to 11,600 as well. Don't be the person sticking your properties on the floor, like, you'll just start annoying all the rest of the community. And also it just doesn't look good as well. The floor's 11.5 now, so let's try and keep pushing it. If you want to sell your properties, fair enough, like there's no one what can stop you from doing that. But like the potential in this floor, I want everyone watching these videos to make money. And the fastest way not to make money is just like selling right now. Yes, you can make like 3,000-4,000 UPEX, but like we've really got stick in with it for a couple of months, because we will get this floor growing. And yeah, like the profits if you sell it here, from the bottom, and you make that extra few thousand. So yeah, that's a plan. We've got a lot more ownership in Granada Hills now as well, so you can actually see, if we go over, a lot more people are holding the properties, which is amazing to see. Starting to understand, like, obviously the difference in the sales, because all the sales are there as well. So why would you sell it for 11.5 when you can sell it for 12,000? That's what people are starting to realize now. Granada Hills isn't going to go anywhere, and it's going to stay. Like, there's always going to be a new kind of thing coming out to keep, like, it's not just going to be a node what kind of is left to grow. Granada Hills is constantly going to be like tweaked and updated as well. We're down to 2,066 properties. 11,495 back up to 11.5, and then $4.75 will attack that on payday. That'll be good. And then you can see, if we actually go over to what I'm looking for, owned here. Yeah, 9,716 properties owned now as well, so that's going up as well. We're so close to 10,000, and that's amazing. Over like 2/3 of Granada Hills is owned, not for sale. So that just shows you kind of like the passion and the belief, and like kind of how people are feeling about Granada Hills by this owned property. Because the more people own, like the more like the floor goes up faster as well, and the more players can actually make. So yeah, you can make slow money, but then you'd like another 100 players are going to be watching you doing that to the floor, and like you're not going to end up selling anything and stuff. So like I'll always, if I see someone buying up the floor and like trying to like push Granada Hills and not just take for themselves, I'll like buy property off them or other stuff. Like, I'll chuck in a lot of UPEX to like make sure I buy off certain people in the game as well. So yeah, that's basically Granada Hills and how we're growing that, and basically the plan. Obviously with Spark, Tycoon, looking forward to the layer 3 games coming as well. And then also, once we have all the new nodes online, we can just start to really build this up into a business. Like, without the yield right now, we could carry on with Tycoon and be sustainable, which is really nice to see, even with the market prices right now. And then, like, the amount of different layer 3 games coming online, we want to get really good at this layer 3 game as well. We want to play it and film the content, and hopefully we'll be live, so we can go on live and film, like, playing Spark Survival together for the first time. I think that would be cool as well, because it should be about the same time, and I get paid at the end of the month, the 29th, so yeah, about 11 days away or something like that, we can start to do some Spark Survival. I'm not saying that's going to be online. I don't want to like put lots of pressure on Stosh or anything, but once that game's online, we'll jump on and we'll start filming, and we'll build loads of new node types, and we'll get lots of resources saved up and stuff, and just kind of like attack it from there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you've seen some insights to like what my thinking is behind buying and selling in the game, and like why I'd focus on Granada Hills and raising 500 properties up instead of one at a time. I wouldn't have sold those 30 properties yesterday and the day before if it wasn't for my investment a year ago and holding those properties. Like, those properties wouldn't have sold that fast, because those properties I bought was worth about, what was the mint price? You're looking at about, I think, about 11,000 or something like that. And then like a lot of the properties was mint price was about 8,000, and I've sold all those properties for about 8.5, but I've held them for over a year, so I've made off the value off them like 1,000 UPEX. But then I've also bought them for dollars as well, so I bought them for about $3, so I've made up the 5,000 UPEX difference in that as well. Take away the 5%, overall you've made about 5,600 UPEX profit off one property, and then I've got 500 of those properties. Yeah, you do the math, it adds up very fast as well. So for me, unlike the account and the growth, like, I've not got enough time to manage individual properties. I'll keep Granada Hills at the floor, and then I'll also, like with other properties, I've got so many properties for dollars what I bought, and I've just held on to, so I've not wanted to like push this net worth up. If I push this up quicker, I'd have made less money on each sale. So now I've actually like held on to them. A lot of these profits are like every day I hold on to my profit and not sell them, it probably goes up a few thousand in value. So yeah, that's really cool to see, and like the plan from a year ago is paying off. So, and that's what I talk about Tycoon as well. I was chatting to someone in the comment section on a previous video about Tycoon, and it's down, and like, why would you tell your players to invest in it? It's like, we've made back over 200,000-300,000 UpX in profit already just by the investment upgrades we've already had. And you can see here, like, even if we had a look at this, you can see we've nearly got pretty much 2 nodes already, and we've only been collecting this for the last, what, 4 or 5 hours, you know, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 6 hours. You know, these are the resources from this morning, and then if we've done that for the like 2-3 days, that's a whole apartment online for free. You know, if we have a few more spark as well, we can build the apartments a lot faster. So my plans now is like, I'm not planning on like just selling on the floor and other stuff like that. My plan's got to be bigger because like there's too many properties to kind of manage like that. So my kind of idea, it's like grow the properties, and then like you can sell the nodes off on Upland at a set price. But once we actually, so right now this Spark Tycoon contract, you can see it's got 3 days, it's paying out 6.65 UpX. I've only got 0.2 Spark on that, so I'll only get a little bit of UpX back. But imagine when I've got 5 Spark on the townhouse, so I own about, what, 25%. So once I say that contract's 20,000, I'll get 5,000 back from just having my Spark on that building. So the more Spark I own, the cheaper these contracts become, and the faster I can build them. And then obviously with the Tycoon nodes, it's free nodes anyway. So yeah, I need to get the Spark up now, and that getting 1 Spark is more valuable for me than it would be for someone else doing a certain thing in Upland, because right now we're making our money off selling nodes and other stuff. So we've got all the money to like kind of all the land to build on. We've got all the nodes, the resources. All we need now is enough sparks. The spark's the thing what's slowing us down. So we've got 10 times more value by putting into the spark right now. So like it changes all the time. Like when you're watching a player saying this is how I make money, it might be good for him then. It might be good at another time, but like it's always adapting and changing. So you don't have one set way, you know, like you have to be smarter and clever and like faster than the next player, or you're going to get eaten on the game of Upland. Let's be real. With these node types, you know, a lot of players are building up as well. You need to take like kind of the moves when you can take the moves, and like, you know, don't hesitate, because yeah, get yourself set up in a really strong place, because I believe a lot of players can make a good killing over the next few years, and especially with kind of the game and the progression as well. Like this could be a really good fun time game for the future as well. So yeah, basically that's it. Just wanted to jump on, talk about that, talk about everything else, have a week catch up, and let me know down in the comments if you've got any questions about my strategies or how I play the game of Upland. Let me know down below as well what you're actually doing in the game as well. If you're building, if you're doing Spark Tycoon, if you're playing any other games, if you're on Supex. Yeah, it'd be good to see all the other players on that and reach out and chat and stuff. And then yeah, once we get the live stream coming, we'll put some more like kind of news on our Twitter and also on our Supex page as well. So yeah, thank you so much for all the support, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for another video. MetaverseMillen, peace.